10 and the 4-9. Those are two apparently good shots, which sometimes we pay a penalty for. It happened to McDowell.
This is a championship game. If you've just joined us, Westlake won the first over Ray Edwards, 255-225. Then Danny Wiseman, 256 to Westlake's 217. Then on a 249-235 victory by Marc McDowell, and our tournament leader, his first game of the afternoon.
Talk about comeback stories. This young man had a right kidney removed in 1984, and here 8 years later he's bowling for the Firestone Tournament of Champions.
Man that left the tour to give family life a shot. Those two children, Bo?
Yep, he's a good family man, and it comes a time, but right now he's focused on this Firestone. He's going to be trailing by 29 if he converts.
Standing room only crowd at Riviera Lanes. The bowling industry represented every facet of it here today. And they're watching the president of the PBA, Marc McDowell, three-time champion, second seed going against the #1 seed.
McDowell, who has struck 13 of the last 15 shots up here in the 8th frame championship game, with a chance to take a 39-pin lead if he can make it 14 out of 60.
A 10-pin.
That keeps the match wide open. Marc McDowell going at a 224 pace. Don Genalo, our tournament leader, led this field by over 280 pins. Looking at the scoreboard, says, hey, I still got room for 225. As usual, it's going down to the last couple of frames for all the marbles.
Pressure.
The man with a 5 3/8 inch span, that's from the thumb to the fingers, those gigantic hands spread around the bowling ball, needs to get some strikes going.
Don Genalo.
Key shot for Genalo. I don't think he can win the tournament if he does not strike on this ball.
Just two tournaments here in '92, 90th, the PBA Nationals, 33rd, the Bowling Proprietors U.S. Open. A 4.
Well, you said it with the right tone of voice, Chris, the 4. It's going to take Genalo in a position where it's almost impossible to win. If he converts the spare, and I believe he will, and strikes out in the 10th, he'd have 205. That would force McDowell just to get one mark to be the new champion.
A major title. All 52 champions who started earlier in the week. In the case of these two, seeking their very first major. In the 9th frame,
that man, Genalo, has a lot of years experience, Chris, but he's a part-time player out here right now going against a tour-toughened pro who's been out here every week. And finally, the sands of time caught up with Don Genalo in the 49th game.
all right. Firestone Tournament of Champion. There he is, a real champion, and his wife, pretty in tears. Here's Frank Gifford.